morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning. Familiar faces here.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I want to start off with thanking all the men and women out there fighting this fires right across Ontario. There's 157 of them. I also have to thank every single province. As you can see, we have one of the water bombers right over there from our friends from Quebec, but every single province is pitching in, and understand Wisconsin's helping out as well, and a great team from Mexico, the firefighters. I'm come up here to talk to the chiefs and talk to the ministry and find out if there's anything they need. By all means, they can reach out to us. I gave my personal cell number. We're being briefed a couple times a day to make sure that we evacuate anyone that needs to. We've evacuated over 3,000 people so far, and anyone that needs to be evacuated, we'll be there to support them. So again, I want to be boots on the ground here and look at the command center. They have it well organized, and I'm very, very grateful for all the work, and not only with the ministry, but the Ontario management. I'm sorry, Emergency Management of Ontario, to the EMO. They're doing an incredible job, so it's a coordinated effort right now. I'd be happy to take any questions.
Premier, Nishnawbe Nation once again today is calling on you to declare a state of emergency. You have resisted that, saying that all of the resources are available. Yeah. Given what you have seen and heard today, will you revisit that? Will you declare a state of emergency?
So I think there's a little confusion what a state of emergency is. It's not going to add any more resources. It's basically the province coming in, taking over everything. We believe in working in collaboration, cooperation, with First Nations, with municipalities. That's the only difference, is the province will come in and say you can't go down this road. There's already emergency orders put in place, so it's not holding back any resources. We will put all the resources we have. I won't spare a penny. We'll make sure we're there to support the people of Northwestern Ontario.
Are there any more resources available in the province? I mean, we know firefighters across this country are deployed in a lot of places.
Yeah, so you hear about the fires in BC, but even with saying that, the ministry, Stephanie at the ministry was just saying, we had support from BC, from Alberta, from Manitoba, from Quebec, New Brunswick. Basically all the provinces have pitched in, along with a U.S. state, Wisconsin. So we're throwing absolutely everything we have at this, and no matter if it's the helicopters, I think there were 74 helicopters, 11 bombers, fixed wing airplanes. There's nothing we're going to spare.
Sorry, can we go to the next question?
Yeah.
Oh, you met with the evacuees, some of the evacuees this morning.
Yes.
What did you learn from them, from talking to them directly?
Well, I went over to the hotel, and they were quite happy how they're being treated, and that's why I'm here. I want to hear firsthand from the people to make sure they're being taken care of. I met the nurses over there, and I want to thank the nurses as always. They're heroes, and everyone just comes together. So we're very, very grateful.
I mean, I hear you say that there's people evacuees are being taken care of while here, but at the same time, you heard from a number of chiefs as well as advisors, people on the ground supporting the evacuees, saying if there's not cultural resources, supports, there's going to be a crisis within the crisis.
I heard that, and again, we're going to do everything we can to make sure we're there for them, and we will make sure that happens.
There's also, you heard, a number of evacuees, people that are waiting to be evacuated from their communities, and there's no clear spaces. The communities across northern Ontario are tapped out, is what we're hearing.
Yeah. Well, we have lots of spaces in Toronto and the GTA. They're willing to come down to GTA in Toronto. We'll be there. We'll welcome them with open arms. And I want to thank the host towns and cities that are taking care of all the folks that need to be taken care of. I'm going to pass this over to our Minister, Minister Rickford.
Yeah. Thanks. We over the years being involved in several capacities, it's really important for us to assess and understand how many people from a community are there, and as we evolve, we coordinate with the local municipality for things like, just speaking to Grand Chief Alvin Fiddler, activities for children becomes a really important thing to do. So we still have a lot of capacity across the province, and Wendy here, who's the president of the Northern Ontario Municipalities Associations, perhaps understands as well as any of us that there are capacity limits to certain towns and cities across, because the evacuees may put pressures on some of the health and social services of those communities. But so far, overall, given the magnitude and scope of this evacuation, we believe it has gone well. We always strive to create as many culturally appropriate places, and we look to leadership from the communities and from their various organizations to ensure that those activities are available, and that leadership on the ground is led by the community.
Next question.
Has the province approached the federal government for support in fighting the fires?
We have, and they're always very supportive. We work very close together with them, and maybe I can ask the minister to elaborate on that, especially on evacuating people. And the military, we're grateful.
Yeah, this is a fully coordinated response through the Provincial Emergency Operations Committee. We work very closely with the federal government. Obviously, when it comes to the evacuation component, that has to be done with them, particularly with some of the contingency plans we have for evacuations, where communities have advanced a stage 1 evacuation, but have decided that other phases may not be necessary at this time. So we build out contingency programs, and that requires then and triggers some support from the federal government, including and importantly the military. They're also involved, of course, in the coordination of other jurisdictions that can help with the fire, and with respect to support from Mexican firefighters and Australian technical experts that we've called on. That some of that work is done in coordination with the federal government. So this is an all hands on deck, fully coordinated exercise, and it's just a tremendous credit to the people on the ground, the folks at NAN who are helping as well, playing a leadership role in much of the coordination on the ground in our communities, particularly the northern communities, that makes this work. I know the discussions with our deputy ministers at the provincial and federal level have also included NAN, and that's been incredibly helpful to bring a situation that would otherwise seem chaotic to be well managed.
Okay, we'll take one more.
Premier, so just changing gears a little bit. I know in July we were talking about getting a back-to-school plan. Can you talk about where we're at on that, and if it will be by the end of the month?
Yeah, so the minister is going to be coming out early next week and rolling out that plan. It's a very comprehensive plan, and making sure that we increase the protocols to make sure the 2 million kids that are going back to school are going to be safe, and as well as the teachers. Changing everything from the HEPA filters to making sure they have proper ventilation in the schools, proper protocols, and enhancing those. But we'll be ready. I know I have all the confidence in the world in our teachers as well, but the kids need to get back to school. They want to get back to school, and the parents want them back to school. So we'll make sure they're back in school at the beginning of September here.
Premier, we were told today by NAN officials that they had developed their own kind of emergency management strategy, that they would be handing that to you. So my question to you, did you receive that, and are you prepared to accept some of those findings?
Absolutely, I did, and I'm going to run through that and work with them hand in hand. This is about collaboration. This is about everyone working together, from the First Nations to the EMO to ministries to all provinces and the federal government. And I'm always open to ideas and better ideas, and I'll be running through that and implementing as much as we can. But I appreciate them doing that as well. Again, it's well coordinated and very, very well organized. It's incredible how organized everyone is here. So I'm very grateful.